Hi there. Thanks for visiting our website or checking out our YouTube channel. I'm Jonathan Baumgart, the CEO of Atomiq Consulting. I'd like to briefly discuss both myself and our company in this video, just so you can get to know a little bit more about Atomiq Consulting. So, I'm the CEO. I founded Atomiq Consulting in 2014, and the mission of the company is to be the single point of contact or a single resource for all services, products, you name it, related to online FX and CFD trading. So in terms of myself, I graduated from the University of New Hampshire and I studied economics, international affairs, and German. So in something that's a bit rare these days, I actually began my career or got into a career very similar to what I studied. So I began working in the FX industry in 2005, where I started doing sales with FXCM, which at the time was a medium-sized FX broker. They hadn't gone public yet, but they were growing very rapidly. So I got in at a good time at FXCM. This was one of their very fast stages of growth. So shortly after starting in New York, I relocated to their Dallas office. I was one of the first to help get that office started. It ended up being a great success story. So then I moved to Berlin, Germany to help start their office there. Once their office was launched, I made a personal decision to change my career path. So I began working then at Boston Technologies, which was around 2010. And I was with BT for about 4 years, give or take. And the knowledge I gained at Boston Technologies rounded out what I had learned at FXCM on the retail side of the business. Because at FXCM, I was basically just learning about the ins and outs of a brokerage, but not the big picture. So at Boston Technologies, I learned everything there is to know about MetaTrader, about liquidity bridges, and liquidity for that matter, company setups, incorporation, basically the entire ecosystem that surrounds a brokerage. So with this knowledge under my belt, in 2014, I decided to take the path of an entrepreneur. I wasn't sure exactly what would happen, but that's often the case. And the rest is history, and now we're here. It's been an interesting journey along the way for sure. I would say that when we started, what we had in mind is different from what resulted. As mentioned, the mission was to be the focal point of contact. I say that to this day, we meet that standard. Basically, anything related to the FX industry, either we can help directly with, or we have a partner that can assist. So we do everything here from designing websites for brokers, helping to find SEO-friendly domains, performing IT consultation for brokers using MT4 or MT5, as well as other platforms, all the way to marketing services, content writing, translations, overall guidance on starting the brokerage, and then corporate services. So on the corporate services or licensing aspect, I wanted to take a little time to discuss this because it's a very integral part of our company. So after the first couple of years, I saw the rapid change in regulation that was happening, mostly in Europe. It's now happened all over, especially in Australia as of late. And I realized that there would be a lot of demand for licensing in different regions. So as a company, we jumped into this market niche very early, and we've now emerged via partnership, I'll shortly discuss, as one of the industry leaders for license consultation. So to take a step back, what are some of the services related to licenses and general incorporation that we offer? Basically, company setups. We can do offshore setups or in Europe or other places. Assistance with banking for FX brokers, IBs, or other institutions like technology companies. Then the overall licensing, which is a big part of the business. So offshore licensing, licensing in Europe, licensing in Asia, you name it. Along with guidance on obtaining a PSP for a registered or regulated broker, all the way up to payment institution or EMI licenses. So we cover the whole gamut. And this was such a success story that we formed a partnership basically in 2019. So I'm also a founding member of a different firm that's called Citadella Advisory Group. And you'll find the link to that company at the bottom of this video. So to kind of follow through with what I mentioned as it relates to corporate services, Citadella Advisory Group specializes solely on that aspect of the business. So Atomiq Consulting, my company, will remain, it will stay as a market leader because we have a very strong digital presence. This channel, for example, along with many of our blog articles and other publications. However, because regulations have changed so much and there is just a massive demand for licensing and other services, we spun off this part of the company and formed a whole new entity. So we do have a presence in Cyprus. I would encourage you, if you'd like to meet up with one of our team members, to just reach out to us and schedule an appointment. That's where the firm is registered, as well as a few other places. And if you visit the site, you can learn more, but basically it's providing the same services I outlined. However, Citadella Advisory Group does even more. So a big focus for the next years will be banking licenses, such as investment banking licenses, as well as guidance in mergers and sales, something that we do now. So there's a lot to look forward to. I wish to thank you for checking out our page and visiting our site. Make sure to subscribe, to our YouTube channel so you can always get updates from us. And I hope you enjoy visiting our site and learning more about us. Thank you.